Welcome, brothers and sisters. I am your friendly neighbor Jillaboo, live in the very frosty Chilcotin. In case you didn't know or aware, it's been in the high minus 40s the last few days out here in the Chilcotin. As titled, you know that this is a fuel for thought called integrity. And it stems from that very screenshot that we opened up this episode with. Evo for the win, babies. Ooh, I am lit like a rainbow sock monkey. Hanging out back there. Ooh, crazy, man. A little bit of Mama's chili bomb in the Evo today with a whoosh doobie on deck to share with you as I extrapolate on integrity or the lack thereof. $150 to $180 a gram of rosin from Whistler, a quote-unquote blend. So they took all their trimmings. They got all these different trimmings from different flavors of cannabises. And they put them in their little rosin pockets. They pick them up and they put them in their squeezing machine. Out the door to you for $150 to $180. Is there any integrity in that? I don't think so. But we're not talking about those disingenuous sellouts like the Bubble Mans or the Buffaloes or the Barons or the Kirk Two Saws. No, we're talking about the disingenuous lack of integrity in local businesses as shown by someone sending me an invite to a legal retail cannabis store in Williams Lake. So, long story short, the individuals that had put in for that license had been waiting for 15 months to get their license. Good for them for getting a license. But they are also the owners of a hydroponics gardening supply store in Williams Lake called Good Guys Gardening. So the folks that own that are friends of mine, and I have boycotted them over the years since I heard they were putting in that application. I've gone back and forth with them a little bit on their YouTube channel, Good Guys Gardening Center, because they were touting the advents of giant commercial trimmers. And I was saying, well, what about all the people that you would hire and they would spend their money back in the local communities, whereas you're just talking about saving money, not having to feed people, not having the social interaction of the trimmers, just so you can trim more weed quicker. Yeah. So they didn't address the fact in the response to me that my main point was the fact that you're taking jobs from all these different other people, the trimmers, that sort of are a proliferation of the cannabis culture, so to speak, or now with legalization, that's becoming something that is going out the window. Hand trimming. Some people tout hand trimming, but I digress. So they were missing the point about you're offering this multi-$1,000 machine that's going to save you time, not have to feed people, not have to worry about this, that, and the other thing. And they only address the advantages of the machine. They totally fucking missed my point. So anyways, that's Good Guys Gardening Center. And they are opening that store that you saw. And I was invited to like their page. And I'm not going to like their page simply because I think they lack integrity. I really, really do. So when you look at the definition of integrity, it's defined as the concept of consistency of actions, values, methods, and measures. These principles, expectations, and outcomes, and in an ethical context, integrity is regarded as the honesty and truthfulness or accuracy of one's actions. So for the duration of this video, I'm going to be minimizing me here and putting up some integrity memes so that we can enjoy them together. As much as I wish we could sit down together and enjoy this doobie. So, consistency, honesty, and truthfulness, or the accuracy of one's actions. So consistency is about being the same regardless of the situation. Say you have some interaction with somebody on the way to work, and it's a negative interaction, and it puts you in a quote-unquote bad mood. Then you go to work, and then your bad mood is transferred into your coworkers or into your personal life, so to speak. So having integrity in that respect is the fact that even though you may have had a negative interaction, and you know you're going to go somewhere and you're going to have to interact with people that have nothing to do with how you may be feeling right now, or that negativity associated with previous interaction, you have to be a leader. And when it comes to, we all go through mood changes during the day, right? Sometimes you're a little bit rangier than others. Sometimes you're happy, and shit happens. But you got to keep calm and carry on. And that is a tenet of having integrity in that respect. I think I'm going to talk this doobie out. Consistency is another choice that, every single day that we make. You want to be consistent with your actions, whether it's your physical fitness regime, the consistency of how you eat and what you eat throughout the day, the consistency of your interaction if you're in a business sense. You interact with someone in a positive light because you like them, and then you interact with someone in a negative light because you don't like them. So there has to be that consistency in your actions. So your honesty and the actions of what you do and how you interact, that requires intentional thought throughout the day, and how you are accurate with your behaviorisms as well as your words. And coincidentally, integrity does come from the Latin word integer, which is means whole or to complete. And I don't know if some of you recall from math back in the school days that the positive and negatives of integers. And that's dealing with numbers. And I guess that is applicable to dealing with people. As you can see from the memes, that obviously people should be able to visibly see that you have a degree of integrity about yourself, not by what you say or what you do, or actually it is by what you do. I think this is coming into play. Look, the rosin ring on that, babies. That's just Mama's chili bomb. When you look at the real definition of integrity, you recognize that it's actually extremely difficult to have integrity 100% of the time. And these aforementioned individuals that are going to be opening this cannabis store, they're doing it under the auspices of providing a service to the community, to their previous, roster of medical patients when they were operating under that gray umbrella before legalization happened. So they were bringing quality products that were unregulated, some products that were unavailable, like the concentrates, to their medical patients before legalization. And because they didn't want to get busted and stuff with legalization, they shut their little dispensary down, which I had interacted with. And that's a whole different story that lends itself to the lack of integrity of some of these individuals, because they are, I can tell you 100%, putting profits over people. So I don't think that mantra is going to discontinue when they're trying to provide a service to the public with their cannabis. I wanted to write on their page, where are they sourcing, which LP is going to be providing it. I wanted to question them about irradiation, practices like that. I wanted to question them about what type of pesticides, like how are they getting off telling the public that they're going to offer, concentrates and edibles and quality products, and that they're a family-based business and all this other shit, when it sounds like they suffer from complete lack of integrity or disillusionment when they're talking about cannabis and legalization. One of the individuals has opined that they understand my point, see where I'm coming from, but they have a family to feed, and that's basically what it comes down to. So what does it take to be someone who leads with integrity? Consciousness of choice. I think that to extol the virtue of integrity, you have to understand the actual definition of the word. Intentionally reflect on what to say, So there's a degree of mindfulness there, obviously, right? And how to behave, how to make decisions in a way that is reflective of your own values or beliefs. So, there's some degree of being authentic in each and every situation. Whether you're meeting with close friends or people in your community, individuals you don't personally care for, you have to have a degree of how you carry yourself and how you interact, because it's quite easy to invoke some emotive state on just the tone of your voice, right? You got to recognize the impact that you, man, woman, child, have on others. There is a degree of integrity that comes because you're conscious of your behavior and your words and how they impact others. Many of us, and I'm guilty of this, again, this lends itself to not being able to be, have 100% integrity all the time, but I know there's times I say stuff that I'm just being mean because I'm unfiltered. I know that some of it may be offensive to some individuals. Some words I say, some vernacular I use, that may not sit well, but that's okay. At least I know that I'm being honest with myself and who I am. And the integrity of not being cognizant of how my words and actions affect others, I'm okay with that in that respect. Another part of having integrity is working on yourself. I've often said we are in a constant state of flux, meaning that who we are and what we are as a person is constantly changing. A simple analogy I've seen and read is that you come to a small stream or river and you walk through that river. The very act of you walking through the river changes who you are as well as changes the river itself. Well, that's a little bit deep, but again, working on yourself, being in that state of flux. There's the evolution of character. Over my 5+ decades, I can see different specific periods and blocks of my life on how I was and how I kind of evolved out of that from my mistakes or interactions or just having life hand you some hard-earned lessons. Another virtue of integrity is trying to extol this, much like I am here and sharing this video with you. I wouldn't be someone to say, hey, this and this and this, and then act 180 degrees the opposite way. So sharing a little bit of integrity of what's valuable in your personal actions with others and with yourself, and having that sense of integrity for oneself in business or in your personal life. I guess that is the meat and potatoes of this whole little video. So I want to thank you for enduring a half a stunt doobie with me, as well as one basket. And this was a spur of the moment type of video where it'd been in my mind for a few days, and then we see a lot of stuff when it comes to legalization, and you have certain people that are extolling the virtues of the legal system and how advantageous it is for one and all, and how much progress we've made, and the integrity or the lack thereof from those individuals. It speaks volumes to me, because it is basically about putting profits over people at the end of the day. So have a modicum of integrity, work on it. Give thanks for the gift that is each day. And from the farm, we send you much peace, love, and blessings. Till next time.